In the vast frozen land of the Arctic, a group of scientists secretly observed a polar bear from a distance. The creature was digging through layers of ice, devouring something buried beneath the surface. Nearby, a black raven perched silently, watching every move the bear made. Professor David, the head of the expedition, instructed his assistant, Edward, to shoot a tranquilizer dart at the bear. The team held their breath as Edward took aim. The dart hit perfectly, and the animal collapsed onto the snow. But when they approached the scene, what they discovered left them speechless. Under the bear's massive body lay chunks of flesh that clearly didn't belong to any modern creature. After digging further, they realized the bear had unearthed the frozen remains of a prehistoric mammoth, perfectly preserved beneath the ice. The scientists stood in awe, realizing they had uncovered a relic of the ancient world. Days later, at O. Jones University, David presented his research video on global warming. His passionate message caught the attention of several students, Adam, Feedy, and Ling, who were soon invited to join his Arctic research project as field assistants. Meanwhile, in the middle of city traffic, David's daughter Evelyn received a sudden call from him. In a worried tone, he urged her to come to the research station, claiming he had made an incredible discovery. But their strained relationship made Evelyn hesitate. She still resented him for abandoning her mother years ago because of another woman, Jeanne. A few days later, Evelyn boarded a helicopter with Adam, Feedy, and Ling. As they flew over the Arctic, the group was stunned by what they saw: endless cracks in the melting ice, birds fleeing in chaos, and the silence of a dying world. The signs of global warming were undeniable. When they arrived at the research base, the place was eerily quiet. The once busy station now looked abandoned. No other researchers were in sight. Suspicious but determined, they decided to start the generator to restore power and find out what had happened. Elsewhere, Evelyn and Adam explored one of the laboratories. The moment the lights flickered on, a foul stench filled the room. To their horror, they found the decaying carcass of a polar bear lying on a metal table. Bart, one of the technicians, came over to inspect it, but suddenly cried out in pain as something bit his hand from inside the bear's fur. He dismissed it as a small bug bite, but Evelyn was uneasy. She urged everyone to leave the lab and get some air. None of them realized that the tiny bite would soon unleash a nightmare that would spread faster than they could imagine. Within hours, a mysterious illness began to spread among the team. Fever, bleeding, and strange marks appeared on their bodies. Jeanne, who had fallen ill, tried to contact Evelyn through the radio. But Evelyn, still angry and resentful, refused to answer. Desperate, Jeanne called David for help. But instead of comfort, David seemed defeated. Whispering to Edward, he admitted that they had brought the infection into the station. Edward proposed a grim solution: to kill Jeanne before it was too late. Horrified, Jeanne overheard them and, in panic, shot both men before escaping. That night, Evelyn and Adam heard strange noises echoing through the air vents. When they checked, an insect crawled out from under their blanket. Feedy panicked and dragged Ling out, but she refused to leave, exhausted and unaware of the danger growing inside her. The next morning, a snow vehicle arrived outside the station. Jeanne stumbled out, covered in blood and barely alive. Evelyn and Adam rushed to help her. Moments later, Feedy screamed when he noticed that Ling's skin was swelling and glowing faintly, as if something was moving beneath it. Barely able to breathe, Jeanne warned them not to return to the city. She confessed that the infection came from the ancient mammoth's body, a parasite that had survived in the ice for thousands of years. Before she could say more, she collapsed, black liquid oozing from her eyes and mouth. Whatever lived inside her was now free. Terrified, Evelyn ordered everyone to isolate themselves. They carried Jen's body into the lab for examination. Under the microscope, they discovered horrifying proof. The parasite was a prehistoric tick capable of reproducing inside human hosts and spreading uncontrollably. Soon after, chaos consumed the base. Feedy began to cough blood. Bart's hand turned black and necrotic. and Ling became host to hundreds of parasite eggs. Driven mad by fear, Fidi shot Ling to end her suffering. The survivors realized there was no escape from the infection. David had intentionally brought the parasite back to raise awareness about the dangers of climate change. He believed humanity needed a wake-up call, even if it meant spreading the ancient plague. Refusing his madness, Evelyn shot him and set the station ablaze. She escaped by helicopter, clutching the journal, the only proof of what had happened, and a warning to the world about the ancient parasite that nearly destroyed humanity.